All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Let's see who's in. Oh, hello, everybody. Give me just a moment to get set up, and I'll say hi to everybody, specifically and individually. All right, let's pull me up, make sure I sound all right. Anybody let me know if I'm not sounding all right, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I sound good. I sound good, guys. All right, got Loki pulled up. Oh, hello, everybody. Give me just a moment to get set up, and I'll say hi to everybody, specifically and individually. Make sure I sound all right. Anybody let me know if I'm not sounding all right, please. All right. Oh, I sound good. I sound good, guys. Let's open a new tab. New window. Give me just a moment, everybody. I'll say hi to you in just a second. Pulling up the stream. Muted. Awesome. All right, let me see. Galaxy Spider, hello. Alexander, hello. Graham, hello. Sakaith, hello. Snapped Away. Jojo, Ben, Malik, Harrison, Teague, how you doing? Superhero Geek. The Devil Gamer. Jenith. Madison. Jeremy. Angry Bird Dudes, how's everybody doing? Do you think Chris Hemsworth filled any new scenes for the show? I don't think we'll see Chris Hemsworth in this show. Tom Hiddleston in the interviews we had during the conference said that we're not going to see Loki and Thor together again. That we have seen everything that we need to see from those two brothers. So that's what he said. All right, what else? Chris, do you think the theory I had about the Sandman Mystery Easter egg in Far From Home confirms Spider-Man in No Way Home? I don't know that anything confirms anything at the moment. That's the big struggle we're having, is that there's just so much in the air. And hopefully we'll get some answers here in Loki. Chris, it's the Master 22. Dude, I changed my username. Why would you change your username? How am I going to know who you are? No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Master? Or Darth Maul, I suppose. When's it coming out? Should be out in about 20 minutes, I'd say. About 20 minutes. All right, let's see. I got Powerade tonight. And I got a Red Bull. I'm in my new office. We moved home since the last watch parties, guys. And look, I got a new chair. Spider-Man. So glad I get to be here for this premiere. Normally I'm working, so I won't be able to make it. But I'm on vacation this week. Fantastic, Teague. Thank you for joining. Hey, Snapped Away. Thank you. I got my snacks ready already. Right now it's just drinks, but keep this running to make sure everything's working. Let me pause the audio. Where do I mute you? Muted. Okay. Back live. Chris changed my username background because nobody would actually name someone God Knight. Fair enough. Chris, do you think in the Spider-Man No Way Home, Gwen Stacy will see Tom Holland, MJ, Gwen Stacy, Tobey Maguire, MJ will make Anne? I've heard Emma Stone is not involved, but I don't know. Loki time. I have a question. Who do you think will be the big bad in Loki? I'm going to go ahead and say I think Loki is going to be the big bad in Loki. Dreamer, thank you for subscribing. I did watch the first 2 episodes. Yes. Disney sent them to me, and I got to watch them on Friday night. But I won't spoil anything while we're watching it. Biggest expectation for the first episode? Well, I've already seen the first episode, so yeah. Warren will be joining me after for a final discussion. Sean Romero, thank you for subscribing. You get a little Pikachu face rub. Oh man, I'm very tired. What do you think there'll be more movies in Marvel future who will keep secret like No Way Home? Well, to be fair, there hasn't been any secrets about No Way Home. We know everything, right? Unless we're making it all up, we know everything. I gotta show you guys this chair. Look at this. Look at my chair. Let me pull up Streamlabs so I can see what I'm doing in real time. 1 sec. Look at this chair, boys. Look at this. This is the and-a-seat Spider-Man premium leather lit, guys. Super cool. Yeah, you're right. I can't watch a new episode for 3 more weeks, so that is actually a huge bummer. You're right about that. King the Conqueror tease. So Warren thinks. Thank you for everybody who's been subscribing. If your names have been popping up on the screens, I haven't seen them all, but you guys mean the world to me. So I love chatting with you guys, and subscribers are a huge part of the community. So thank you so much. Did one go live? Sweet. What was I gonna say? Something. Cosmic Wanderer. Yeah, he went live too. Sweet. I was gonna say something. Oh, about King the Conqueror. So Warren actually has a theory that the timekeepers are King the Conqueror, all of them, which I'm sure he'll be explaining in videos and stuff. But that's his theory. All of the Time Watchers, because there's 3 statues you've seen in the trailers, right? They pan down and like in the TVA headquarters, and you see the 3 statues. Those are the timekeepers, and his theory is that all 3 of them are Kang the Conqueror. You don't hear me. I think everybody else hears me, so. Time Watchers. Yeah, it's on your end. I got it pulled up here. Oh, Warren has no sound. I'll let him know. He has sound now, guys. They are funny. There is a lot of commentary and a lot of funny jokes in there. So, yeah, guys, Warren is literally just behind this wall, by the way, in case anybody wants to know. I hope he will. I hope we see Kang. I think the direction we're headed in is Kang. Rate the first 2 episodes. The first episode, honestly, I give it a 9 out of 10. The second one's a little slower, so maybe a 7. But they're really good. They're really exciting. My personal thoughts are, and this again isn't a spoiler because I have seen the first 2 episodes. My thoughts are that this Loki series as a whole is going to blow Phase 4 out of the water. We're going to get answers about the multiverse. We're going to get explanations about timelines and how Doctor Strange in the multiverse becomes a problem. It's all going to be answered in here, and we're going to get huge lead-ons for the big bad event of the future Marvels, of the next 10 years, you know? Like, the Infinity War was the big bad event of everything. Like, this is what it's all... Loki's going to give us the first hints of what to expect for the future. Whether that's Secret War or Battle World, whatever it's going to be, we're going to get that hint in this episode. Or not this episode, this series, the whole thing. No, thank you for joining from India. Any cameo? Not in the first episode. Nothing in the first episode. And it's gonna be crazy. Not in the first episode. Evan, thank you for subscribing, my man. Unknown Flair, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Sorry, it's all fine again. You're good. Alexandra Rosser, what up? Man, you're cute in your pick, Alexandra. You're cute. Let's see. What else we got? Any other questions? Which Marvel show is your favorite? See, I loved WandaVision, guys. A lot of people didn't like it as much because it was different from the MCU, right? That's what I'll call it. It's not anything the MCU's ever seen before, but I thought it was really, really good. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was classic MCU, on point, super nostalgic, super cool. But I liked WandaVision. But I think Loki's going to be my favorite. Jake, how you doing? I've been good. Been moving. We're in a new office, a new home, new chair. But I'm excited to be here. We're going to be watching when it comes out, Joshua. So have your Disney Plus ready, and we'll start it up together. The timer on, I think it's on this side of me, will let you know where I'm at in the show. Hey Chris, from Tom Hardy's Venom did join Spider-Man No Way Home. Would he be on Spidey's side or the Sinister Six? He's 100% not going to be in the main movie of No Way Home. I doubt we'll even see a post-credit scene with him, but I doubt it. Benja Blocks, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. But if he were, he would probably be on the Sinister Six's side. The Ralph Bona joke, yeah, that was annoying at the end. I won't lie about that. Estoy muy bien, Daniel. Gracias por juntarse aquí con nosotros. Dev, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. See, my problem is I liked the WandaVision ending. I liked that they focused on Wanda and that they kept it about Wanda. They gave us the little cliffhanger that leads it into with the Darkhold and her manipulating time and sitting kind of even like Doctor Strange was. There was enough there for me. A lot of people didn't think it was enough. Jake, thank you for the 5. Says, love you, Chris. I'm so excited. Can't wait for the new Nerd Den to be done with your move. Thank you. I had a hard time reading that for some reason. Dev, I watched it because I'm on Disney's press list, so they sent it to me in an email, and I get a special account where I get to see things early. Obviously, I can't give any spoilers, give anything away, but it's super cool, and I'm honored to be part of that. Jake, here's for your popcorn soda pop. Buckle up, everybody. I got my Red Bull ready to go, so I appreciate this. Red Bull sponsored by Jake, everybody. Oh, man. It releases in about 15 minutes. Hopefully a little bit early so that the servers don't crash. We'll see. I'm refreshing as we speak. It's not up yet. Are you going to stream Loki? I can't stream the show live. That would be illegal and my channel would get taken down. But I have a timer here. That's what this timer is. And that will be where I'm at in the show. So you'll have to put it up on your side on Disney Plus or however you watch it. And that's how we're going to watch it. Okay, ahora. Empezamos a stream en como 15 minutos, pero no voy a tener Loki aquí en la stream. No puedo hacer eso. Any update on the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer? Honestly, I'm hearing June 10th. That's what I'm hearing. So we'll see. June 10th is tomorrow. So we'll have to see. I'm doing good. How you doing, Sharma? It is a sick chair, Jake. Let me show it to you, man. It is a new Spider-Man chair. I love this thing. Let me back it up for you. He's good looking, isn't he? Angry Bird Dude, you're planning on playing Halo, but gonna watch my boy Loki. Hey, it's not a bad decision. Halo's a lot of fun too, though, but I'm a Halo 1 player. Fod Alley, thank you for subscribing. A lot of people subscribing right now. Thank you guys so much. That's freaking awesome. Ton of people joining up. So the chair was actually a sponsorship, Jake, that the Cosmic Wonder and I got. They sent Warren, the Cosmic Wonders channel, 4 chairs. The Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and the Ant-Man one, and they're giving one away. So there'll be a giveaway on the channel for a chair. So good luck to you guys. But they sent a bunch to us. We built them all. I have to edit the video for it. I didn't know you speak Spanish. That's cool. I am a Spanish major. Oh, that's awesome. I lived in Mexico for 2 years, Teague. That's where I learned. Subscribe from India. Thank you for the subscription. It means the world. When the episode of Loki coming out? About 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. Hopefully we get it sooner rather than later. Doesn't both episode 1 and 2 come out today? No, only episode 1 comes out today. Episode 2 will come out next. You'll have to see. But they're from Andaseat. You can see on the side that the company is Andaseat. And they're super, super nice. Like the leather's incredible. And the quality is incredible. They gave me a little lumbar support thing. You see how squishy it is? It's super nice. Super, super nice. Is female Loki in this series? There are rumors that female Loki is in this series, along with other variants. Sean, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And yes, the chair is fire. Welcome from New Mexico. I'm in Utah, so not too far. I subscribed to you and told my friends to do so. Thank you, Sharma. You're a freaking baller. What series do I like the most? I'm going to say Loki. I haven't even seen all of it. I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's insane. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Hi from Liverpool. Liverpool is my favorite football club, by the way. Huge Liverpool fan. You can actually see right here. I got my ball. Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. Stevie G, OG for life. I hope your channel grows like you, bro. That's good because I'm tall. Or you mean grow this way or grow this time? Camp in Oregon. Watch episode 2 when I'm home. That's fine. We'll be here every episode, so you can catch the next one. What is timing in India? I don't know what time exactly, but Thor, I do not believe will be in this series. No, we might see old clips of him, but yeah, Jake, what are you gonna be doing? That's awesome, but I don't believe Jake is going to. It is legal to host a watch party, but I can't show the show. It's all about Marvel and DC. Just subscribe. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Means the world. Means the world. Means the world. Moon Knight's gonna be crazy cool. I don't know if he'll be better than Loki, but it's gonna be crazy, crazy cool. Episode 1 is up, ladies and gentlemen. So refresh and let's get ready to do this thing. I have episode 1, 52 minutes. I believe there are 6 episodes, Ben. Anybody watching with me, let me know as well. Because I would love to know who's watching with me. It's 52 minutes for the first episode. So if you're watching with me, let me know. We're going to pull it up. Breakdowns for everything nerdy and news. That's what I do, Jake. Awesome. We'll be partners, man. Guys, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. We're going to get going here. I'll give you a couple seconds to pull it up, and then I'm going to go live and hit this timer, and that's where I'm going to be at. So hopefully you can join. Let me know if you are watching along with me, guys. I'm going to start at 3, 2, 1. All right, we're in. We are watching Loki episode 1, guys. Let's go. I need some hype in the chat. All right. 2012, New York City. So we're right where Loki ended up at the end of Endgame. Got to turn it down just a little bit. All right, I am so excited. It's starting right now. Let's go, Madison. Jake, yes, let's go. I gotta stop hiding behind my mic. It's not a good look for me. All right, we're in. So right now we're just seeing the beginning from Endgame, the exact same scene from Endgame. Nice, Benja Box. Let me know what you're thinking as it goes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is all hype all the time. Krishana, thank you for the subscription. All right, so we just left the Endgame scene. I know, I'm hiding behind my mic. I'm like trying to move it so that I'm not hiding behind it. I'm ugly today, that's why. Loki, let's go! 52 minutes, first episode. Unique Gaming, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Guys, 239 people watching. I think that's a record on Cosmic Culture for live shows, so thank you all for being here and for being a part of the stream. Like I said, if you're watching along with me, this is the timer here. Let me know, and we'll enjoy this. So here we go. We're into the new footage. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it, dude. All right, so we're in a desert. And this is the first official starting scene for the Loki series. And it says we are in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. I am watching the actual show, but I can't watch it with you guys. I'm afraid. I do apologize. And we see Loki coming out of the portal. Now, remember, the TVA is going to pick him up right where we left. So this is going to be his first destination in Mongolia. It has already started. I am 2 minutes and 37 seconds in, Francis. All right, Loki is getting talked to by Mongolians, asking him where are the time people. They're going to be showing up in just a second, I believe. This looks like the scene we got that released yesterday morning. Welcome from Brazil. Tony Stark just subscribed, guys. Love you 3,000, Tony Stark. What will happen if I'll get kicked off of Disney's list, and then I won't be able to do this stuff anymore. So that would be bad. So I'm not going to do that. George, thank you for watching with me, man. Let me know what you're thinking as you're seeing it. All right, here's the TVA. They just rolled in. Sequence violation. DP, thank you for subscribing. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Ooh, Loki over Zemo, but I love Zemo, so that's a lot. It's 52 minutes long. B1. Loki is up. I'm 4 minutes and 10 seconds in. Now get out of my way. Ooh, Loki just got. That's what just happened to Loki. Kitchen, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, they showed up immediately, Jake, and that's what we heard in rumors was they were going to pick him up immediately after. Do you remember me from Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Alex, how you doing? Welcome back. Mephisto confirmed? Not yet, Pro Editing. Not yet. Oh, it's going to be done like this, Marvel Cuphead. Chloe, thank you for subscribing. At the moment, Loki is alive, your Filmatic. And he just got taken to the TVA main station. So that's super fun. The slow-mo. Don't pee yourself. Don't pee yourself. TV trailers. How you doing? Mohammed, thank you for subscribing. All right, so he's at the TVA. He's trying to run, and they got the timer thing. They're pulling him back. Of course I remember your TV trailers. You crazy? You've been to every live stream. How can I forget? What do I expect from Loki? I expect Loki to break open Phase 4. They're going to explain the multiverse, how it works, timelines, how that works. It's going to be a huge change for Marvel moving forward. They gave him the Tesseract. Yeah, I'm great. Madison, you watching along? So Loki's doing his normal thing right now. It's just one episode tonight. Next episode comes out next week, Justin. Tightlines, thank you for subscribing. Hey, Roy, thank you for joining. I'm Kamal. Thank you as well. Hello, how you doing? Hitesh, thank you for subscribing. 100%, Jake. 100%. My hair are long. Very, very long, yes. Oh! This is fine Asgardian leather. Alex, TV trailer, Jake, Madison, y'all are regulars. I will never forget you guys. How long will it take to play? It's currently on. I'm 7 minutes in right now. Sign here and confirm that this is everything you've ever said. Loki is every Tuesday night, so Wednesday. Yo, Tom's got a rockin' bod, though. Hot six-pack right there. I burn with glorious purpose. How you doing, Joshua? He signed it. Oh, and he drops down. So he's dropped down into another room. So this is interesting here. They're asking him if he's a robot. All right, guys. And He said, if you're not a robot, walk through here. If you are, you'll get deleted by time. You'll deleted from time. He asks, what if I was a robot? Says, the machine would melt you from the inside out. Please move forward. And he's hesitant. And the reason why is because he didn't know he was a frost giant. So, it's kind of interesting right there. Yeah, he is super dramatic. I am burdened with glorious purpose. I love Loki's sass. It's so quick. Yeah, TV trailers. A lot more people are joining. The community is growing. I'm super stoked and happy about that. Like, it really does make me super happy to see that. Deadpool, thank you for subscribing. Take a ticket. Loki. Black Beast Boy, thank you for joining and subscribing to the channel. Hey, Arya, how you doing? Bushen, hi, how you doing? Usman Ali, thank you for subscribing. So he's in line now, and he's yelling that he shouldn't be here. He's all messed up. And now he's hearing the little time lady. And he's going to see a cool, weird trailer right now. Take a ticket. It was. He got back in time and brought it with him, right? Long ago. This is important, guys. Pay attention to this. Countless timelines battling for supremacy. Reorganizing the multiverse into a single timeline called the Sacred Timeline. So they're talking about Secret World, essentially, right? And that's crazy cool because it's a huge explanation. The MCU has been happening in the Sacred Timeline. A Nexus event. Yeah, but Madison, this animation is so important for the future of the MCU. They're explaining the multiverse. He hasn't shown up in the episode yet, no. I'm sorry that hasn't started in India. That's so annoying. I'm so sorry, Sakai. That's annoying. Yeah, this explanation in this weird cartoon, rewatch it later. It's the most important part of everything that's happened in Phase 4 so far. Explains the multiverse, how a multiverse is created, and that the TVA's job is to stop a multiverse from growing, from Nexus events. It's just so full of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. So they're going to explain that, Jake. Because my big question was, well, how come they didn't stop the Avengers from time traveling? And they're going to explain that in just a minute here. So I'll point it out when they mention it. Actually, it's coming up real soon. All right, and the Loki intro, guys. It's a pretty cool intro, too. Kind of creepy vibe. Well, when you do, the Nexus event, the multiverse, and timelines are all explained in that little trailer. And in this episode, they're going to explain why the Avengers didn't get in trouble with the TVA, which was my big question. Okay, here's Owen Wilson, guys. Mobius. Currently hanging out in France in the year 1549. I agree. It's 100% going to be the most famous one. So, Mobius is exploring why some Minutemen were killed. Minutemen are people who work for the TVA who go back in time to stop variants. Mobius is a detective. The reset charge is gone. Yeah, the Twilight Zone vibe for sure, Jake. How you doing, Patel? Thank you for joining. All of you people who are subscribing, there's a ton of you guys. Little Pikachu won't stop off of the screen, but thank you so much for joining. It's been awesome. This is my biggest watch party yet. 108 of you guys hanging out with me, and it's fantastic. So this is the scene with the devil on the stained glass behind him. And he's going to ask this little boy who came and did all of this. Funko, thank you for subscribing. I don't know. I think it's lame that it hasn't released in India for you guys. I'm super, super sorry. It's so good, Summit. It's so good so far. He's asking this little boy who did it, and the little boy's pointing at the devil stained glass. Like, what the heck? Marvel's just messing with us now. It's crazy. C'est quoi? What is that? C'est quoi? C'est quoi? Oop! Did they just point at the devil, Maxon? The devil bearing gifts. No, they said that Mephisto was the one that came, not Mephisto, but the devil, let me be careful with my words, was the one that came and killed everybody. The devil. I believe we will see Kang the Conqueror in other episodes, yes. Well, he pointed at the glass, right, Sakaith? Now, they use the word devil, specifically. Yeah, Patel, Loki's going to be very connected with multiverse. Loki. Alright, Loki's standing trial now. Loki is standing trial right now in front of the judge. I'm from Florida. Florida, USA. He's telling them they have the wrong person, and he says, you need the Avengers. So he's blaming the Avengers right now, which I agree with. But then she says, what they did was supposed to happen. So what the Avengers did was meant to happen, the TVA, but Loki getting away was not supposed to happen. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Awesome, awesome explanation. I don't know. I think we need to get a teaser for Kang. Maybe not a huge play. Odds are we'll probably see a female Loki Patel, yes, as well as other variants. Kid Loki probably as well. Yeah, I am watching Loki right now. I'm 17 minutes and 10 seconds in. Oh, Loki tried to do magic. So yeah, according to the TVA, to the Time Watchers, the Avengers were supposed to go back in time. It was a way to protect the sacred timeline. They're sentencing him to be reset. Oh, Loki's not okay knowing that there's a different story. Mobius is in. Tesseract cannot time travel. It can location travel. Wormholes, not time. Location. First episode is 52 minutes long. I love Owen Wilson, guys. An episode every Wednesday, yeah. Mobius. Owen Wilson and Mobius. I don't think we'll see any new footage of the Avengers and Loki. Loki says he's going to burn this place to the ground. Mobius laughs at him. Yeah, I'm super sorry, Sakaith. I hope it drops out for you guys soon. So they mentioned it by saying the Avengers were supposed to time travel. So Steve Rogers was meant to time travel. That's what they explain here. Like, that was supposed to happen according to the TVA. To what the TVA thinks is okay, the Time Watchers, what they think is okay. Steve Rogers and all the Avengers were supposed to time travel. It was supposed to happen in order to keep order in the sacred timeline. That's why they didn't get in trouble. And it's a good explanation. I'm okay with it. This is an interesting part right here, guys. Loki says, this place is a nightmare. And Mobius, Owen Wilson's character, says, that's a different department. That place I'll help you burn down. So they mention Nightmare as a different department. So somebody in charge of Nightmare. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. Little Nightmare drop there right there, guys. Who I think we might be seeing in Multiverse of Madness when he escapes. So unclear, Madison. It's unclear. Because they said that Tom Hiddleston said he's not going to be in Thor Love and Thunder. Well, only one's coming out today, Marvel Cuphead. Yep, Nightmare, Jighead. Did you catch that? Talk about Nightmare, and it's a different department, and so I think eventually Nightmare's going to escape, and that's how it leads to Multiverse of Madness. The Dream Dimension, exactly, Sabdu. Zvid, thank you for subscribing. I know it's a big question how this ends up finishing, Madison. He's asking why he's never heard of the TVA. And Loki's having a hard time dealing with the fact that the TVA exists, that they're the Fates. Because he doesn't believe in fate. Right? He makes his own destiny. He's burdened with glorious power, and I am Loki. I do whatever I want. But he's learning now that there's fate, and he doesn't actually have control. And things happen the way they're supposed to. And he's not too happy with it. Patel, another shout out. How you doing? Hello. Sure you do. See, it's pretty funny, Madison, right? It's got definitely some pretty funny aspects to it. So Mobius is interviewing Loki right now. He says he wants to figure out what makes him tick. I haven't watched it every Friday. I've seen a few episodes. I actually want to binge it when it's all finished. That's what my goal is for it. The mascot of the TVA is hilarious. That's what she is. He was born to be king. So he's just interviewing Loki right now. So for those of you watching, there's 50 of you here. I want to start doing a live show every Saturday called Culture Catch Up. Would you guys be interested in that? Where I talk about what happened that week in movie news? Loki, King of Space. Yeah, you guys will come and watch my Culture Catch Up live show. That's what I want to do. Wow, all you guys are saying yes. Oh, you guys are so great. Oh, man. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to try to get that going here. Probably not this week, starting next week, I hope so. I don't think it has started in India yet, and I'm super sorry for that. That sucks. But I want to start getting that live show going every Saturday. And it's going to be called Culture Catch Up. And I'll chat with you guys about all the major news that has happened that week. And other topics. Maybe even not movie stuff. Maybe video games or just world stuff. So if y'all are going to be there, then I'll do it. It is out. I'm 24 minutes and 30 seconds in right now. Big metaphor guy. I love it. All right, Jake. All right. I'll do it just for you, Jake. And Madison. And Marvel Cuphead. And all of you guys. Yes, Captain America can, and I think he will end up returning to the MCU, Patel. We can talk about future episodes as well, for sure. Alex, glad you'll be joining us again. So right now, Mobius is showing him the past. Showing him the Avengers, and he scoffs. Loki is fantastic. Tom Hiddleston is amazing. I did not see Wrath of Men. I believe 6, Jake, but I actually don't have a confirmation for you on that. So Mobius is kind of teasing. Oof. Oop. We're actually going to get a little answer for that in a second here, Lucas. I would love to see Tobey Maguire. I love ice cream. Of eyeballs, baby. This is a very intense moment. I've heard June 10th, but I have no concrete information for your TV trailers, so keeping it a super secret. Can Marvel characters see in Loki series? Anybody's an option. It is actually out. I don't know if it's out in India. Reyes, I'm sorry. I don't think we're going to see Thor in the Loki show, Marvel. I don't. It's already out, Moist. I am 27 minutes and 30 seconds into it. Except I don't believe it's out in India. So if you're in India... I have no clue when it's going to be released in India. I'm sorry. The timer is where we're at in the show right now. So 28 minutes and 9 seconds is where we're at in the show. If you're watching along, that's where you'll be able to watch. I'm sorry, Sakai, if that sucks. Lucas, and just be patient for like 10 minutes. They'll show us. No after credits in the first episode or the second episode. I don't know. Disney Plus has just made the decision to release weekly opposed to like Netflix where they release a whole season. I kind of like the weekly thing though. Keeps it exciting. Instead of binging the whole thing at once. Loki is struggling with the existence of the TVA. No, it's a series, Moist. It's super good, Madison. It's so great. It was my understanding it was already should be out already, Marvel. So he's showing him what would have happened if he hadn't picked up the Tesseract and left from Endgame. And they're showing him that he was brought to jail on Asgard. Oh no, this is incredible, Jake. Like the back and forth between Owen and Tom is crazy. Right, Madison? It's super crazy. So we're seeing the scene where he gets brought to Asgard and they put him in gold. And he's showing him that he's going to get his mom killed. So he's showing him that Loki's going to get his mom killed right now. And he has to accept all this because they're telling him this is what's going to happen. And not only is this what's going to happen, this is what's supposed to happen. It's pretty serious and almost dark, but it is also a comedy, yes. Like, this last 10 minutes has been very intense. This is so intense. It's super sad, Madison. This is important right here. You weren't born to be king. You were born to cause pain, suffering, and death. And then he explains it by saying, so that other people can become the best version. So according to the TVA, Loki's entire existence is simply to make the Avengers band together and become better. That's what they're telling Loki. He has no relevance. And we've seen that because he dies in Endgame. Or in Infinity War, rather. And that's the end of it for him. That's what Loki's being told right now. That your purpose isn't to be a king. It's not to be a god. It's to make other people better. By being bad. So crazy. He dies a hero, Madison, but he dies irrelevant. He isn't a king. He isn't a god. He dies sacrificing himself for Thor, and he had a cool character arc, and he became better at the end. But his relevance in the MCU was to make the Avengers stronger. And he's coming to terms with all of this. He doesn't believe it still. He thinks it's an illusion. He thinks it's fake. It's insane. And now Loki's gone. So this is a lot for Loki to take in. Somebody who's burdened with purpose. His purpose is nothing. It's so deep and so well written. Exactly, Jake. But Loki's big line is, I am Loki, and I'm burdened with purpose. His purpose is to be God, is to be King Loki of the universe. Yes, but I'm saying that doesn't make it relevant to himself. Right? It makes him relevant to the MCU, to Marvel, but to himself, his purpose is burdened with glorious adventure. But it's not. According to the TVA, his purpose was just to make the Avengers better. And he's not okay with that. Now, this is an important part coming up here as well, guys. What's a fish? So he wants the Tesseract. Now watch this, guys. This is so many huge reveals here, guys. No, I don't, Marvel. So watch this. Look at all the Infinity Stones from different timelines and different variants. Some of the guys use them as paperweights. Yeah. So Loki comes to a realization here, because there's Infinity Stones just laying around. They don't matter. They're not powerful. They mean nothing. And look at Loki's face right now. This is the realization. And his quote, yeah, just wow. Is this the greatest power in the universe? He's realizing the TVA is legit. The Infinity Stones have no power. They're irrelevant. The TVA is in charge of everything. His world is breaking apart around him. It's pretty intense. This whole sequence is insane. And it's so well explained, guys. I get so excited about this. They rule everything, Jake. And he's accepted it. He's realizing this is real. And this is the sad part here. He's going to watch his whole life, guys. Oh no, he's watching his dad. He just watched his dad die. Guys, give it up for Tom, though. Thor Ragnarok, where he has a cool moment with his Madison. He's watching Thor. He's watching the Revengers. He's watching his whole life. And guess where it ends? Him and Thor become friends. Oh, and this is it. Infinity War when he dies. And this is his purpose. He doesn't become king. He doesn't become God Loki of Superland, wherever. Universe King Lord Loki. He dies. Irrelevant in his own purpose. Not in the MCU. Don't misunderstand me. But he dies irrelevant to his own glorious purpose by which he is burdened. And he's coming to terms with all of this right now on a projector screen. The character development in this last 20 minutes is some of the best character development in Marvel. Marvel history. End of file. Loki's dead. His glorious purpose is to die by Thanos scrunching him to death. That's it. There's no coming back. See? Glorious purpose. That's what he says, right? He doesn't have glorious purpose. And he's not happy about it. Well, he's going to have to do some pretty crazy maneuvering in this series to come back, Madison. Because, unless he figures out a way to escape here and not get reset, there is no more Loki. This isn't illegal, Kevin. I'm just talking about the show. I can't show it, but I'm allowed to talk about it. You're allowed to watch along with me. So Loki's a little upset right now. And frankly, I'm a little upset now too. It's almost done. Probably about 5 minutes left. Ken, how you doing? Thank you for joining, CK. Oof. A desperate play for control. Oof, this is rough. Banja, hi, how you doing? You're done? Oh. The variant we're hunting is Loki. Oklahoma, 1858. More Minutemen are down. Not been introduced yet, Marvel. Probably hanging out somewhere with Galactus, since he works for Galactus. So this is presumably the other Loki variant that Mobius was talking about. Yeshara, thank you for subscribing. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. And the variant stole the charge like they were from the other Minutemen. And that ends the first episode of Loki. No post-credit scene. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane first episode. Oh my gosh, there's so much to take away from what we just witnessed, quite frankly, that it makes you wonder what's left and what are the big reveals going to be for the show, and what's the direction they're going to plan on going with the show. It's insane. And quite frankly, it's absolutely craziness to me how that began for us. It was just such a good job that you can't get mad at it. So the variant is trying to chase the birds down. So we don't know, obviously, based off of that episode, even who, other than the fact that it is a Loki, this variant is, or what their plan is, and what they want for it. All we know is that it's planning something and is taking the charges from the TVA. That's all we know up to this point. So, I guess tag. Let me see. I'll just text Warren, see when he's ready. Let's see. Call me on Discord whenever you ready. There we go. So yeah, the craziness about it is that there's so much character development for Loki that fast. And it really does just escape from you trying to figure out what the plans are for this Loki show, what the plans are for all the plans. Good night, Alley Cat. So is the variant aware of TVA, and now they want to overthrow the TVA? So it does appear that the variant is aware of the TVA, right, Jake? And I'm waiting for Warren to get in here to give all of my big thoughts. Good night, Marvel Cuphead. Thank you for joining us. Super, super kind to have you around. Unless you're saying good night to Allie. See, I don't know what Warren's plan is, but So, what are your guys' thoughts originally? Like, what do you guys think of this episode? Because I've had some time to soak it in and to think about it. Yeah, he went from 2012 to dead in 20 minutes. He soaked all of that in, saw all the highlights, his moment where he killed his mom, his moment where his dad died, his moment with Thor, probably others that they didn't show, right? So everything, up until the part where he stood up to Thanos, who at the time he was working for, so obviously realizing that he switched sides, joined his brother, joined the Avengers in the quest to stop Thanos, and he died. And his glorious purpose was nothing. So what were you confused by, Galaxy Spider? Let's have a chat with you. Let's have a chat with everybody. Get all of the confusion out, because it was a lot of twists and turns. The most important thing to take away from it is the Loki character development. And not necessarily development from 2012 to 2019, where he becomes the 2019 Loki, but development of a Loki who thought he was going to become a god, a fantastic being who overall just controls the world and is super powerful, and that's his glorious purpose, to realizing he has no purpose, and that there is a thing such as fate that rules what he's in charge of. I don't think Doctor Strange is going to be in Loki, but I do think Loki will end up connecting to what happens in Doctor Strange. So overall, Loki's learning that there are powers beyond what he is familiar with. What the heck was that noise? Somebody just did something. Oh, a subscriber. Thank you. And that is just game changer for him. So what I imagine Loki's trying to do now is figuring out how to get out of the Fate's control. Right? Because Loki's always up to something. Oh, here comes Warren. Let's get him up in here.
Hello, Chris in Discord.
Hello, Warren in Discord.
Oh, I don't think... Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you? Oh, I'm muted. I apologize. I was muted. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, so, for those asking about Mephisto, if the director didn't come out and say that it wasn't, then we would all be going crazy right now. I was going crazy the first time I saw it, and I was fully prepared for the Mephisto theories. And then she came out and said that it wasn't him, and I was like, ah, bollocks. Lame. So, what does everybody think?
I loved this episode. I'm like so excited for how they set this up.
Yeah, this is the first time I rewatched it. I only saw it, we only watched it the first time.
We're sitting there taking notes and talking.
Oh, hold on. They can't hear you.
No, why can they not hear me?
Talk?
Hello, I am Chris.
They can hear you now.
Thank you. So, the character development that they did in 20 minutes for Loki.
Oh my gosh.
It is insane.
It's so insane. That was one of my favorite Loki moments.
Oh, it was incredible. It's one of the best character developments ever.
Oh yeah, he watches his future. And just, first of all, Tom Hiddleston's acting.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's incredible. The man is crazy.
A god.
A god. Somebody, when he, and by the way, everyone, there's spoilers in this chat.
Yes, there are spoilers.
Man, yeah, just,
What?
insane, isn't it?
And this is an appreciation that I suppose you and I have going through it for a second, third-ish time, kind of watching this now.
Yeah.
But as I'm sitting there watching, the part where he gets in the office with Mobius, to the end, just everything they did to Loki that he had to go through, the realization of everything, and him realizing that, and it's cool because his big quote is, "I'm burdened with glorious purpose."
Yeah.
And he learns that he isn't.
No.
You're not burdened with glorious purpose. You're actually burdened with zero purpose.
Well, his purpose, actually, as Mobius said, was to make other people better.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
they showed the Avengers.
So he gets teleported to the Gobi Desert, then to the TVA, goes through all of this stuff, has his whole life hashed out in front of him, sees that he killed his mom, all of that stuff, and on top of it finds out that the purpose that he thought he had is irrelevant, and that there is a fate. And then when he sees the Infinity Stones and all this, it comes and it clicks. And the acting of Tom Hiddleston in that moment when he sees the Infinity Stones, his face,
Yeah.
the appreciation that he isn't in charge, and his glorious purpose isn't what he wants. It's incredible. I'm buzzing.
So much to
I'm
do
buzzing.
for Loki, right? Loki's, he says it, I was meant to rule. You wouldn't understand. I'm meant to rule.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of it, like seeing the Infinity Stones and going, is this the greatest power in the universe? Because they don't work, right? He tries to use Tesseract, it doesn't work. And then it's like, he just realizes, like, I'm in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
This is so much greater than me, and I'm a god, right? I'm
Right.
supposed to be a god, and I am power.
Is it the greatest power in the universe?
Yeah, hold on real fast. Channel the Great, thanks for that super chat.
Jake, thank you for the $5. This was big character development for a short time, but he is still stuck in his old ways, and he had a lot of hard lessons before. It will take time. I think he's going to think he can overthrow the TVA, Jake. I apologize. Jake.
Excuse me. In the show, is he does not accept what we call destiny.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if I do something and I ruled, it's because I made that choice, right?
Not because some god. Yeah.
Yeah, not because there's a TVA monitoring, blah, 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 blah. So essentially, it was the Avengers' destiny to go back in time. It was, Thanos was supposed to happen. The snap was supposed to happen. The Avengers were supposed to go back in time, but it was kind of supposed to be seamless for them, right? So Hulk wasn't supposed to smash Iron Man. Excuse me, and Loki wasn't supposed to get the Tesseract and escape. So that was... And Loki even says it sometimes. He's like, oh, so that's not a big deal. Like, oh, so this isn't a big deal, blah, 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 blah. So fate's a big part of this. Tukatsu Hoshi. Thank you for that super chat. Now, I hope I pronounced that. If I didn't, I apologize. I have to really use the bathroom, guys. So I'm going to step out for like 30 seconds. Chris is going to entertain.
That's me. I'm Chris. I will entertain you.
I cannot hold anymore.
We had a busy day. But guys, for me, the thing to take away from this episode is those two things. We've talked a lot about Loki's character development. But the beginning, the trailer that you see from the little timekeeper, the little weird WandaVision-esque thing, where they talk about the multiverse and how it can be created, and Nexus events and all of this, it's explained to us in this crazy way that, you have to understand, it's just nuts. These are the biggest multiverse explanations we're going to get and that we have gotten, and you guys should be really, really excited that. Jackson Slater, thank you. Yes, it is Chris. Mr. Anderson, how are you doing today, man? Let's see, what's going on? Ben Jablock says, I love how Mobius and Loki connected. So the characters, yeah, Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson, as well as Mobius and Loki, obviously, their flow is insane on the show. The episode has aired already, Andre, and we have finished it. And honestly, I think Loki's my favorite show so far. It's incredible. Yeah, definitely rewatching the episode. I got a Spider-Man chair.
I have returned.
Hello, welcome back. Hello, Killa.
Also, for those people staring at my chair, the giveaway that I'm releasing, I think probably this weekend, because I'm in collaboration with the chair company, will be this weekend.
And you can come see the Spider-Man one on my channel.
Yeah, let's,
I got you pulled up on mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, it just sucks.
No worries, don't worry about it. Yeah, you're delayed on mine too, I just...
Camera.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What do I do?
Oh, man. That episode got me so pumped.
It's a great episode.
This series is going to be so good.
It's,
So I have come up with my idea of what I think... My prediction of how Loki ends.
Okay, we have a prediction here on how
Yeah.
Let's hear. Also, hold on. Did I miss any super chats while I was gone? Because I apologize.
I don't believe you did. I was checking.
Cool beans. Cool. Alright. Theory on how Loki ends from CMR.
That's me, Zimar. So, I'm going to say...
Your camera's like super...
Yeah, I already focused. I'm like 40 seconds behind, so I'll focus in a second for you. But,
You're gonna say.
So Loki's goal... Loki is Loki.
Loki is Loki. That is a factual statement.
He's not going to stop being Loki. He's going to continue trying to figure out how to get out of this. He's discovered there are fates. He's going to want to beat the fates, right? We can all agree on that. I think he does. I don't know that I can say it agrees that he's going to survive past it, but I think he's going to destroy the TVA or cause a Nexus level event the TVA can no longer control. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to go beyond their ability to control it.
Yeah.
And that is going to lead us to the multiverse of madness. Because that's how things fall out of whack, is when the TVA loses control.
Right.
And I don't know if it ends with Loki coming out alive, somehow escaping, or if he ends up losing his way in that. But when that happens, we're going to get the whole multiverse crazy... and that might be how we get into No Way Home, right? The multiverse is just in ruins. The TVA has no control. And now all these multiverses are crossing and it's causing all these problems. And that leads to No Way Home, which eventually leads to the multiverse of madness. And Doctor Strange has to fix everything because the TVA is in ruins because of Loki.
I think for sure that's how it is. Real quick, Tukotsu Hoshi, thanks for that. Another super chat. I think for sure. So, something I'll say that I said earlier, but I realize that probably a lot of people are here that weren't here before. So I interviewed the writer, Michael Wall.
Jake, thanks for the $4. Loki will ruin timeline and realize it's a mistake. 100%. 100%.
And so I asked him, literally, my question was, and I'm going to post this probably not tomorrow, but probably the next day. I asked him, I said, hey, you wrote both these shows. And one is literally called The Multiverse of Madness, and the other one is literally dealing with like time travel and alternate timelines and all this stuff. So I was literally like, were you careful with Loki to not create things that affected Doctor Strange, or was that inevitable? Did you intentionally write some things that affected Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness? And he did what he had to do. He stepped around my question, right? Because he's not going to come out and say, oh yeah, Loki's going to do this in episode 4, and then Doctor Strange is going to have to fix it up. Instead, what he told me was, Loki's always causing chaos, right? Because my question, I said something like, is the chaos Loki causing something Doctor Strange is going to have to fix?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically was like, oh, well, Loki's always causing chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It always affects the MCU. And I didn't say this, obviously, because I'm trying to be respectful of the fact that he can't tell me spoilers. I was like, okay, and I left it alone. But in my mind, I'm like, yes.
I plead the fifth.
Like, to me, that's it. Yeah, the dance around answers are real. Dance around the real answers. So well, yes, Mr. Anderson, and you've been doing a fantastic job tonight moderating.
So,
do I think Thor will show up? No, I think we'll see him like we've seen him
through old footage. Yeah. I don't think we'll see Thor either. I've been asked that a ton. That's like the number one question, actually, guys. Will we see Thor in this or Loki in Thor? I don't think either of those are going to happen.
No. For those talking about spoilers, this is a discussion about the episode. We are talking about the episode. I can appreciate the fact that you don't want spoilers, so I suggest, and I don't ever really say this, you do leave it.
We say that humbly because we want you here.
But yeah. Oh, okay. So, but we're talking about spoilers, so I want you here, but I don't want to spoil it for you. So, sorry, Caleb Clifton asked me this earlier, and I started to answer this. People want to know how I got to how I am or where I am today to be able to interview, some of the cast and go to the press conferences. And Chris now is on the press conference.
I did it
as well, because he's been doing a good job over at his channel. So basically, I've been doing YouTube for 3 years, over 3 years now. And it started as fun.
So I didn't enjoy Thor Ragnarok very much, but the heart-to-heart moments in there with Thor talking is some of the best in the MCU. Oh, all of that was incredible, 100%. Loki has such a cool storyline.
How I can do this.
Who's your favorite Marvel superhero?
Actually, maybe
MCU, Iron Man, comic books, Spider-Man, overall, everywhere, because it's not actually a superhero, it's Deadpool.
it's going well. Can't say much, but and then other things. So I basically started reaching out to people, and at first it was a lot of, we're sorry, no, a lot of no emails back, a lot of no calls back. a lot of kind of just dead end. Until eventually someone from Disney actually reached out to me, and they said that a lot of people have emailed them about me, and I was brought on board. They said, I'm going to add you, a specific person that I won't mention by name, said, I'm going to put you on the press list, and I'm going to work with you. And he stated, you know, you're not going to get actor interviews, you know, right off the get. So you have to
For sure, Madison. Super cool.
You know, he said, I like your YouTube channel. I think it's really good. They did ask me if, like, anything came out that, like, really wasn't supposed to come out, to not post it. So, like, when the WandaVision, there was, like, a scene of WandaVision where, you know, like, Quicksilver was dressed up in the Halloween costume, all that, like, leaked. And everyone's like, do the video on it. I'm like, I can't. So stuff like that. So yeah. So that's basically what happened. Is, you know, I think at first when I reached out, I didn't have the credentials, which would, you know, be the following that I have now. And they looked at everything. They looked at, like, social media, blah 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 blah, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. You know, people would tell me no. And I think it's just because I didn't have those credentials. When I first started reaching out to people, I think I had, like, I don't know, like 250,000 subscribers, which to me, I was like, dang, that's a lot, right? But people don't take YouTubers seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's new media is what it's called, right? They want
My favorite Marvel comic book is...
Which I totally get. But
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Which I actually have somewhere. Where the heck did I put it?
Took a chance, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful. Now, just because that's all we can do. Or we want to be here without it.
I have it here. I don't know where it is, but Marvel kills the... Or Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
That's really what it is, right? If you're Disney and you trust somebody to interview somebody, right, you have to be professional, right? You have to have a good work track record. You have to have a good following, and you know, they basically have to know that, one, you're going to spread the word about the show, and two, you're not going to be an idiot. So, hey, Pikachu Hoshi again, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Tim Wonder. I appreciate that. Let's turn this down a little bit.
Did Doctor Strange see this happen when he looked into the future in Infinity War and knew this was the only way? And was Doctor Strange even aware of the TVA?
Hey, thanks, Patch B. I just want to bring you guys good content. I do my best to update you on everything that's going on. Just because just so everybody knows, like, just because I have contacts and stuff like now, it doesn't mean they're sitting there telling me when stuff is going to happen. That is not what's happening. I am, I don't know when the Spider-Man No Way Home show is going to come out. That's also Sony anyway, so.
So, So I got a cool super chat from Jake asking, essentially, does Doctor Strange know that the TVA exists? Obviously, we don't know this, but what do you think?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I think it's a no.
I think it's the same as the Avengers. I think whatever he is doing is supposed to happen.
Exactly. I don't think he knows they exist. I think when it all comes falling apart, he's going to become aware of something. Like I said, my big theory was Doctor Strange is going to be the only one that can put the multiverse back into, the sacred timeline, if that's even possible. We might actually not get an MCU with a sacred timeline moving forward after Doctor Strange.
That's what I think is going to happen. I think...
Obviously leading to Secret Wars or Battleworld.
I think the beginning where they showed all of the different timelines at war with each other, blah, 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 that was Secret Wars. I'm not saying it
was an extension of it, yeah.
Right, but that was that essentially was Secret Wars. We're going to get that in the future somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's 10 years from now, 5 years from now. It's not 5 years from now. We have enough time for since Endgame has not passed yet. But I mean, it's Secret Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Different timelines fusing into one. It's like essentially what they did. So here's what I think is going to happen. And I just think it makes sense based off of what we know already, Multiverse of Madness. There's going to be multiple timelines.
Mhm.
The sacred timeline is not going to be just the main one
Right.
anymore. Loki will create a Nexus event, which the TVA can't undo, right? That's
Right.
going to be the problem. And from there, it's just going to branch out, like they showed in the beginning. It's just going to branch out and branch out and branch out and just. And yeah.
No, I agree with that. That's exactly where I think my head's at after watching this and understanding the direction we're going, just based off of the title of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness,
Multiverse of Madness, right?
which is the best kept secret Marvel has ever had. We've gotten absolutely nothing about that.
It's so funny, right? How we've gotten nothing about that. But you know what's funny is they literally kind of said Multiverse of Madness. They said everything would get thrown into madness, and then they said danger multiverse. And I'm like,
Right. They literally said it. It's like, is that not like the biggest clue in the history of Marvel? Like, this is heading into this direction. The multiverse was thrown into madness. Like, really?
Something else. Kevin Feige in an interview, was it Variety? Empire? Don't quote me on this. But Kevin Feige said in an interview, I'm going to say it was Empire Magazine, that Loki is the most important show so far and is tremendously important. That's literally what he said.
It's going to blow Phase 4 out of the water.
This, there's no way it's just a sacred timeline after the Loki. There's no way.
Mm-hmm. No, and I definitely not by the end of the Loki, and I'm going to even go ahead and say probably not by the end of the Multiverse of Madness.
Wait, what?
The sacred timeline isn't going to exist after Multiverse of Madness.
I don't think it comes back.
I don't think so. I think maybe there'll be some order. Maybe Doctor Strange will be able to get some order in the madness, but I don't think we're going to be back to where we were. And that's the way that Marvel goes bigger than Infinity War.
Yeah, I think so. Dominic Gonzalez, I agree with you. So for starters, I think all three of the timekeepers are Kang.
No, I was telling my chat this
the
out.
little one, because he kind of looks like Jonathan Majors. I've seen fan art of Jonathan Majors as Kang, and he looks like that middle one. Granted, it was animated, but I think all of the timekeepers are actually Kang, because Kang has like thousands of different versions of him, because he is the master of time travel. And who's in charge of the TVA? Who's in charge of time? The master of time travel. You know what I mean? Like, because remember, there's different versions of Kang. Some are good, most of them are bad. So we can see a good Kang, and we can see a bad Kang, and that will be cool, because he'll have to fight himself. He'll have to go against himself. And I think that would be really good. Kang Conqueror is, depending on which story you go by, because the comics changed it, is a descendant of Reed Richards, or a descendant of Dr. Doom. Depending on which story. I like the Reed Richards one, because his name is Nathaniel Richards. And basically, he lived in the future where time travel was illegal, but he got his hands on an old time travel device and he restored it. And he went back in time and he ran into the Fantastic Four, and they kind of thwarted his plans because he was like ruling in Egypt. And from there on out, he like devoted his life to defeat the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. Real quick, Nick CC, thanks for that super chat. You think the multiverse going into collapse, we'll find a way to make all the Netflix Marvel shows make sense? I don't know if...
How you doing, Akamal? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. It means the world. Teague, Jake, Malik, Benjablox, thank you to all of you. Madison for hanging out with us. This is awesome. If you're in India, I believe it is opening up tomorrow now for you guys. I think your server crashed on that side, so I'm super sorry. I think once you open up Multiverse of...
Isaiah Richardson Jr., I don't remember where I saw it, but in an interview someone said Kang will not appear in Loki before Quantumania. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, the only thing is if he was going to appear, they wouldn't say.
Right, so...
Just like
yeah, Paul Rudd.
And then a month later, Kevin Feige comes out in the Disney investor meeting saying, and then here's She-Hulk with Jennifer Van Slane, right? It's like they literally can't. So you have to keep in mind. So you have to keep in mind that they signed NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and basically if they break those, they get sued and fired. and it's bad. So it's like a legal thing. They literally can't spoil things. It's funny when I talked to the writer of Loki, I asked him a question, and then I was like, to the best that you actually can talk about, and he said, yeah, not without getting killed. So that's kind of gives you an insight on how strict it is over there.
Mm-hmm. No, it's the whole setup is insane. It's reason to be excited for Marvel fans who are following closely. If you're not following closely, you'll probably be pretty confused.
I love that. Did Owen Wilson say wow yet? I know, right? It has to be.
At some point he will. At some point he will.
One time. It has to
Thank
be
you.
One time.
Just in my chair.
Wow. He has to say wow. What's your chair?
Somebody said nice chair. I said thank you. This is my chair.
So guys, I have the Iron Man chair.
I had Spider-Man.
How do I move? I have the Iron Man chair. And Chris has the Spider-Man one, and we're doing a giveaway, and we'll actually and the seats doing the giveaway with me coming out this weekend, I believe. And the winner gets to choose a chair of their choice. I also have an Ant-Man one.
And the Captain America.
And a Captain America. They're all super cool. You'll see them pretty soon. You better say wow. I mean, please say wow. That'd be such a missed opportunity. I actually love the Loki was in such like awe in the beginning of like what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy is like, "To the best of your knowledge, are you a robot?" And he's like, "To the best of my knowledge,
Oh, yeah.
people not know they're a robot." And then he stops.
He hesitates.
And he hesitates to go into the machine because he didn't know he was a frost
Yeah.
giant at
He
first.
spent the first thousands of years of his life not knowing he was
Not
something
knowing he
else.
was a frost giant.
Because he asked, what happens if I wasn't? They're like, oh, you'll just get melted from the inside out. And he, like, hesitates. It's like,
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Right, but that's so clever.
mm-hmm.
That's just good writing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Bart and Agnes, sorry, Bart. You're right about that whole. There's that nightmares scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can bring that. I'll help you bring that.
I'll help you burn that place down.
Nightmare in charge of it, right?
Right, so it's the nightmare dimension, or does that get escaped when the multiverse flies into? Is that something else the TVA is in charge of containing? Like, there's so much possible. Like, once the multiverse breaks, anything's possible. Fox characters, Netflix characters, Deadpool, Deadpool fighting Sonic. They could literally do whatever they want. They could do whatever they want once the multiverse breaks. The introduction of anybody, it all makes sense. It'll all be clean. It's a really cool direction. Huge clap on Marvel, Kevin Feige, all of them for this awesome orchestration. And it was interesting because in the conference we were in yesterday, was it 2 days ago now? When they asked Kevin Feige, was this always the plan for Loki when you killed him? He said, no. Even when he took the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame and disappeared, they didn't know what the plan was for him. So just an awesome orchestration, a really cool way to put everything together, and I'm super excited to see where it leads. There's no way this doesn't connect to Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Connects to Doctor Strange. What about Spider-Man? Because you have to keep in mind that Sony is part of that, but then again, they have to buy it.
It's gonna connect.
Yeah.
Deadpool versus Sonic: Dawn of Disney.
Real quick, can't say anything from Super Chat. Love the episode. Curious why the TVA plucked Loki when they could have just erased him. When they erased the whole timeline, was it due to Mobius? Yes. So, yes, it was due to Mobius. They have to stand trial, right? So they grabbed him right after he committed the crime, put him in all the clothes, stripped him away of his fine Asgardian leather, as we saw. And then he stood trial, and they said, "Are you guilty?"
And Hiddleston is jacked.
Yes, you are guilty. And they were going to erase it or reset him, which is, erase it. They were going to kill him. But then Owen Wilson stepped in and said, "No, I think I have a purpose."
Yeah, he did. Malik and Teague. He was jacked. He did a good job. He knew he was going to have that scene. Thank you.
All right, that's not done.
That's my
At
quick
the
sell.
end, Owen Wilson said the variant we're hunting is you. And he actually said, in like the middle of it, that he specializes in dangerous variants, and he called Loki a pussycat. The Loki variant
Right.
that he's chasing down is a lot
More powerful.
more powerful, more evil.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see when we run into him.
I know this isn't why we're here, but I've been asked so many times, and I'm going to ask you because if anybody knows or has a thought on it, it's you. Obviously, you've heard the rumors about the Spider-Man trailer dropping tomorrow. 1 through 10, do you think it's coming out?
6.
Okay. Wow. 6? 60%. Okay. Somebody asked. I've been asked several times today, so I was just curious what you thought. We're going to be half asleep if it comes out. What the heck?
Turtles versus Power Rangers in the MCU, yes. Delay official, do you guys think Loki could find himself in Mephisto's realm, the Dark Dimension, in his travels? Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, I think so. I think anything's really possible here. And even though the director came out and said it's not Mephisto, maybe it is. What is she gonna say? Yeah, it's Mephisto. She can't, right? And I'm not gonna, start the whole Mephisto again because
I'm going on record as saying no for Mephisto personally.
What did Eric Voss say? Kang gang.
Yeah, I'm on the Kang gang. I'm off the Mephisto train. I'm on the Kang gang. I actually agree.
I'm with Eric Voss on that.
Yeah,
one.
for sure.
Kang gang,
Yeah, 100%.
guys.
So, oh crap. So we learned something at the end, or I guess throughout the episode. So we know it's the Loki variant that they're hunting.
Right.
We know he's scarier than the current Loki variant that Mobius was talking to.
Our Loki. We'll call it our Loki.
Our Loki, the one we know and love. We also can depict, based off of what we've seen in this first episode, that this Loki is aware of the TVA. Because he's encountered and fought with them and stole equipment from them 4 different times in this episode alone.
Yeah, I think at the end it was that last one at the end was the 4th time.
Right. So definitely aware of who the TVA are destroying the Minutemen, which is what they call the soldiers who go into these time periods, and collecting their equipment that they call their reset charges, right?
Yeah, charges, there you go.
So the plan, what is this Loki variant trying to accomplish? Is it TVA related? Is it something else related? So that's the direction. That's the big cliffhanger we were left with. And I think if we put those pieces together, we can kind of get an idea for the big idea future of this specific variant.
So here's what I think is the variant's goal, because you have to keep in mind that the variant is still Loki, right?
Mm-hmm.
However different he may be, because in that little animated thing, they showed us like flashes of like, one was really big, one was small, one was fat, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So he could be anything, but he's still Loki,
Mm-hmm.
right? Loki wants to take out the TVA. Loki wants to make his own destiny, not, give into this whole, you say I'm this person and that's who I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to, and I'm talking about the other variant that they're chasing now, is going to do everything he can to burn down the TVA, like our Loki said. I'm going to burn this place to the ground. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And that's why Owen Wilson, Mobius, wants this Loki to get inside of the mind of Loki to help.
Right. Because of these personal attacks on the TVA.
Right. So, I'm guessing at some point in time there's going to be a really big attack on the TVA. That's
For sure. Almost for sure.
Yeah, maybe drop. So the TVA exists outside of time. What happens if you take a timeline eraser thing, resetter, and it blows up in the TVA? What happens?
The multiverse of madness happens, Warren. The multiverse of madness happens. Is that
the end?
Well, what the big question for me is what happens. So these variants can obviously exist outside of the TVA, as this second Loki has. So that means there is hope for our Loki to write his own fate.
Right, I thought about that too. Yeah, so since this Loki variant is going off and seemingly jumping through different timelines and stuff like that,
It is possible.
and the TVA can't catch him, then it's definitely possible our Loki has. Well, first of all, Loki, I don't think there's a way that this ends with him dying or anything.
I hope not.
It'd be,
I mean, he's got to fit into the future somehow.
Right.
Maybe he ends up leading the TVA and becoming the god he wanted to, right?
Maybe.
Mobius.
Loki is king.
Well, Mobius. That could be crazy. Mobius drops the god of the universe, I believe it is, right? God of space. Loki, king of space. Maybe that's how that ends, you know? And the TVA might be in absolute crumbles, and he's not the king of much. But he ends up being in charge of the TVA.
True. But I'm also going to be really ticked off if Owen Wilson's character Mobius goes away. But,
I mean,
okay.
well, how does he fit into the future?
Another super chat. Thank you so much. Why wouldn't others from that timeline stand trial, though? For example, the guard that wasn't watching Loki as he grabbed the Tesseract, or Cap fighting Sacred Cap. So, pretty much anything the Avengers did. And this is what I talked about in one of my videos.
Good night, Madison. Thanks for hanging out. You're always here. It's fantastic.
Some people aren't going to like it because it's almost like an easy way out.
So the charges, Jake, are set to
Because that was supposed to happen.
reset timelines that are disordered by variance. So he's collecting these charges that they set up. And we don't know what he's planning on doing with them yet, obviously.
And I make my own fate. So, the guard that let Loki go or whatever, keep in mind the TVA doesn't exist in any timeline. They're outside
They
of
exist outside of it.
Right, they're outside of the secret timeline. So there's no consequence of that directly to the timeline. It could be if he got away and like went to a different timeline. So that's why that person wasn't put in the trial. Because they exist outside the timeline.
Well, they blew out of the water one of my big theories that I've been talking about on my channel over here about Captain America having to have dealt with the TVA for what he did. Because that was one of my big thoughts was, well, Captain America can't be gone. There has to be a detail somewhere where he gets in trouble with the TVA for what he did. But, you know, he's like, well, you want the Avengers. It was them. And it's like, they did what they were supposed to do. Completely puts that whole to bed.
Yeah, the theories about that are done now. And
No, it's over. Yeah.
And it was supposed to happen. The fate, right? It's about destiny and fate. Keegan Lowe, don't forget, according to rumors, the Eternals are robots. I don't know about that. But maybe. Do some people not know they're robots?
Right, I guess,
right?
yeah.
Are you robots? I've bled before, so unless it's oil. I don't know.
I am so excited for the rest of the season.
This show, I think, is going to...
This is already my favorite Disney Plus show, by the way.
Oh,
And this episode gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Like, I think it was a flawless episode.
And you know, they said that they, after each episode they made, they went, "Holy crap, that was the best episode."
Well, here we go. Let's ride this train.
I personally really enjoyed episode 2. I think you might have said you liked episode 1 more.
I preferred episode 1, yes.
I liked episode 2.
No, don't get me wrong. Episode 2 was great. There's so many aspects to episode 1 that are just so incredible. It was hard for me to get over that.
There's a lot, and it's a setup, so it's really cool because, yeah, there's different aspects to it. You know, there's a lot of different aspects to it. But
Jake Head says, I just want to thank you and Warren for having this show and allowing the theories to bounce around. It really helps me with my research, and you guys are awesome. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, Jake. Thanks for hanging out with us while we talk about...
Thank you to everybody who's hanging out with
Yeah, all of you guys, across the board.
Jackson, thanks for that super chat. Since the TVA keeps the sacred timeline intact, are they then hypothetically aware of the other hero universes, Raimi, Fox universe, etc.? That is a great question, because in the beginning of this episode, we were told that the other universes are combined into one. So again, that kind of leads me to believe that by the end of Loki, we're going to have multiple different timelines, and I think that's where the Raimi verse, the Fox universe, all those are going to come in or come back if they were one of the timelines fused before. Maybe the sacred timeline just gets undone, and all the universes that were are now back.
Maybe. And it goes straight back into the war that they were talking about, picks up. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like imagine you take a rope, it has different threads in it, you wind it together. It's tied nicely, it's one rope, and then you untie that rope again and the strands go right back where they were. That would be a cool theory.
And some are fragile, right? Because from what we've heard about leaks and stuff, some alternate realities could be falling apart.
Mm-hmm. And inside that thread already exists God Emperor Doom. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That would be freaking. I cannot wait till Doctor Doom freaking comes in.
No, I'm dying waiting for Doctor Doom. Almost more than even Deadpool, but Deadpool's definitely number one. Thank you, Benjabox. I appreciate it.
Avengers from the branch timeline all got erased without seeing a trial. I'm just trying to figure out why Loki got a trial, and they all didn't. Well, he's the one who messed it up, right? Because the ones from that branch timeline stay in their main timeline, right? It's only Loki that personally himself creates a different timeline, as weird as that sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, those other Avengers
Are part of the main timeline.
They're still part of the main timeline, right? And they will eventually go on to fight Thanos, and then they'll go back in time, and they'll see what happened, and it's basically just, you know, an endless cycle, right? But it's all part of the main sacred timeline. Time travel is so tricky to write.
Yeah, but they're doing an excellent job.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job. There's so many different aspects to time travel.
Mm-hmm. For it to make sense.
Right, so a lot of people view time as linear.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the only form of time travel.
It's perpendicular, it's parallel.
Look at time. Parallel. There's a lot of different things. So essentially it's hard to explain, but essentially it's just a loop, right? So the Avengers interfere with 2012 events, but it's supposed to happen so the Avengers from 2012 go on to be the Avengers that interfere in the 2012. Like, it's like an endless cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just on and on and on. So when Loki took the Tesseract, he himself got off. So there's like the two timelines, right? Or there's the sacred timeline, and when Loki himself took the Tesseract, he and himself only created this new timeline. So he got taken out, and that timeline that he created got erased. Not the main timeline, not the main Avengers, but the different one, they did get erased. And that's why he stood trial, because he created a new timeline. Yeah.
And that's all stuff, as you guys go back and watch it, and you look at these little charts that they have that show the sacred timeline, you'll see these branches leading off of it that they're trying to return to the main timeline. And that's what they mean by reset. Like, they wouldn't delete Loki from history. They would delete what they're calling this variant of Loki and reset it back to before everything went wrong.
Yeah. So here's a good question right here. If Loki created his own timeline, how did the Avengers carry on to be the same Avengers without having the Tesseract? Because in that sacred timeline, that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter.
The branch up was only created because Loki took the Tesseract. So in the main timeline, he didn't take it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole idea of the TVA, is to protect these variants from branching off and causing ripple effects by resetting them.
I feel like we could really dissect. I feel like there's always going to be holes with time travel. Is basically.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think there are a whole lot here. I understand. Like, they do a really good job explaining it. Like, it's confusing and it's hard to wrap your head around, but I don't think there are a lot of plot holes. I think it works very well.
It does, and I think that's one, setting up the multiverse of madness, but two, I think that's one of the reasons having one single sacred timeline is smart.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easy.
And that's what they're protecting.
Right. So basically, it's what they explained in Avengers Endgame. They're kind of going off the same thing. If you go back in time and kill Hitler, then you're not going to stop World War II from happening in the future. You are going to create a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So the future that you're in, the present that you're in, that's always it, right? So essentially, you can't change that. So the sacred timeline, that's always going to be the sacred timeline. And Mobius said, every single time you die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every single time you lead the Dark Elves to kill your mom. Every single time your dad dies. You do this every single time, and you've always done it, and that's how it has to be.
Right. And that's how it is. That's how it will be.
Alexa, hey, I believe you're in my other. I believe it's the same spelling. I believe you're in my other watch parties as well. Thanks for being here. Well, I'm glad to be here, even though it's 4:30. I feel you. It's 2:30 here. Just read they made Loki gender fluid. I don't even know why this is important to the story, but I wonder what are your thoughts. I can't give you them because I've seen the second episode, and you'll understand in the second episode. So just keep in mind, we're doing a Loki, or we're doing a show about Loki that has a bunch of different variations of him.
And they've all been rendered in the comics.
Right. So in the comics, you have Lady Loki, Kid Loki, Frog Loki. I don't know if there's a Frog Loki. There's a Frog Thor. You know, there's so many different variations, and they kind of like explain that in the beginning. I'm so sorry. There's just so many different variations, and I think we're going to see a lot of different variations of Loki in the upcoming episodes. Not any in the next episode, but I mean, some actors and actresses are confirmed and stuff like that. That's all I'll say. And they've already set it up to be, you know, different variations, and you know, he's a variant, and they're searching for another variant of Loki. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw a different variation of Thor at some point in time, or a different variation of something else. Some puppy Loki. Hopefully we get puppy Loki. I think, you know, that's another fun thing that Marvel could do with it, right? Like, any variation of Loki that you could possibly think of, they could do, right? So, I don't know.
You know, I think there's so much. We could be here all night talking about what we just saw in this episode. And then, you know, the next episode, as we already know, has even more, and then more and more and more, until you're at the top.
At the top. Next level, and the next level, and the next level.
And then you're at the top. But absolutely incredible. A ton of reason to be excited for Marvel fans. I've already said that.
Reason to be excited.
But it is the best.
I'm going to ask people to stop super chatting now because we're about to end this and I don't want to miss any, but I appreciate all the super chats tonight. I appreciate all the comments tonight. I appreciate everybody who's just came by to stop and watch, and I just got a super chat. So Josiah Heath, thanks for the super chat. Do you think at the end, Loki will turn into a kid?
Benjablocks, just subscribe. Thank you.
Loki for Young Avengers.
Joshua, thank you for subscribing.
I think there could be a variation of that. Right? But maybe the TVA is like, hey, let's reset you, and it'll be a kid, and maybe you can have a different destiny, you know, than otherwise. Hold on.
All right, Warren's chat.
Oh, say goodbye to Chris, everybody.
I'm leaving. Thank you guys for
Cosmic Culture. If you haven't yet.
Yeah, subscribe to me. I try really hard. Put a lot of trying into it. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you next week. Thank you for having me, Warren. Talk to you in 3 minutes. Yeah, he's behind this wall. Bye, guys. So, I want to take a moment, guys, to thank everybody who was involved here, the people who made this show so great. The next episode is 50, I think it's longer. I think it's 56 minutes, Jake. I have the notes somewhere. Let me see. I got it written down here. Here, I'll flash the secret notes at you guys about what happens in episode 53 minutes. This episode was 51 minutes. The next episode is 53 minutes, and I got all my notes here. I'm going to move it so nobody freeze frames it and steals them. But those are all the notes about what happens in the next episode. Teague says, thanks a lot, Warren and Chris. Always fun to do these. I wish I could do them with you every episode, but I doubt I'll be able to. I'll talk to you later. Well, Teague, thank you for joining. Daniel, me da mucho felicidad que disfrutaste el episodio de Loki y espero que disfrutes los demás y tienes una buena noche. But yeah, Galaxy, Jake, Akmal, all of you guys, this has been really, really, really fun. Honestly, I have watched Loki twice prior to tonight because of being able to see it early, but this viewing was my favorite because talking with you guys during it, and I got a different perspective overall. And I genuinely mean this. It's not like my fan. I genuinely had the most fun watching it this third time. Seeing the reaction of Tom Hiddleston, being able to enjoy that and chat with you guys, it really, really was super cool. So thanks for being a part of that. Honestly, a ton of people subscribed, and thank you to all of you guys who did that too. Like, just it's been the world, and the channel's grown a lot during this year. I've gone up probably 15,000 subscribers since January, and you guys are making this possible, and we're going to keep going. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and not this weekend, I don't think, but maybe the next one. We're going to get Culture Catch Up, my live show every Saturday, and anybody who wants to join, we're going to talk about the big news happening that week. Maybe we'll get some guests on, and I want to include you guys somehow, so we'll come up with some ideas. If you haven't joined the Discord, be sure to. The link is not in the description for this video, but the description for all my other videos. And check me out on Twitter, TikTok, all the places. I have an Instagram. That's more personal than actual work. But